Busy people getting fit in Fulshear, Texas. Our aim is to help you look better, feel better, and perform better as quickly as possible. I'm your host, Bryan White with Blue Eagle Fitness and Nutrition. Welcome. Hey, what's up, everybody? I am here with Miss Farah Holder, who's already not very happy with me. For all the amazing things that Farah can do, she is not the happiest person when I make her get in front of a camera. And what you don't know is that this is take number 2. Because we had already talked for about 5 minutes and it didn't work. So we're starting this over. But I am so happy that you're here. I'm happy that our people get to learn a little bit more about you. So we will start with, tell us a little bit about your family.
Okay. I am married for now 19 years to Shay Holder. Last take, I forgot that part.
She was just married.
I was just married. So married for 19 years. We met in college at Texas A&M.
She forgot that part last time too. So we're doing great so far. This time.
And we have 2 daughters, Madeline, who's 13, and Riley, who is 15.
You never call her Madeline.
I call her Madeline. Nobody else. Everybody calls her Maddie.
Maddie.
I call her Mads.
Yeah, I heard you call her Mads.
Yeah, Mads.
Maddie is the name that I'm familiar with.
That's what everybody calls her.
Okay, and how old is she?
13.
13?
Yeah.
And Riley is?
15.
15.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Busy.
Okay. And yeah, you say you're busy. How do you spend your weekends?
So volleyball just ended for Madeline, so that's what we've been doing since November, most weekends. And high school softball ended, so now we pick up with select softball for Riley.
Okay.
Every weekend.
Every weekend. Where do they play around here?
No, not really. We were in College Station last weekend, go to Dallas. Sugarland is about as close as we get.
Okay.
And then it's on for the long trek of Oklahoma City to Denver to Plano.
Okay. Oklahoma
to Denver
and wide back to Plano.
There's the final qualifying tournament to go to Indianapolis.
In Plano.
Yeah, in Plano.
Well, at least, that's pretty close.
Close enough.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. You have been, do you know how long you've been coaching here?
I think 3 years.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
So 3 years.
Yeah.
Before that, before you were a coach here coaching CrossFit, you coached elsewhere at Seven Lakes.
Seven Lakes, yeah.
Okay, and tell us about that.
So I opened Seven Lakes in, I think it was 2005. I stayed there for 12 years as the head volleyball coach. Taught special ed, math, and then moved on to algebra and geometry.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And how was it coaching? Where did you coach? Where were you before Seven Lakes?
Before Seven Lakes, I was at Katie Taylor and for 3 years, I think 3 years, and then I was at A-Leave Taylor my very first year.
Okay.
So, coaching.
Did you coach volleyball all the way through?
Volleyball, softball, and then just volleyball at Seven Lakes. I know. Can't get away from it.
And if you ever see her daughters, like you're going to be like, I don't know what your name is, but you're Farah's daughter.
Correct.
Yeah. And so the fact that one plays volleyball and one plays softball is not surprising.
No, not at all.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you like to do for fun? Assuming that you're not on at a tournament somewhere, what do you like to do for fun?
Hang out, relax, really. With being so busy.
Hang out and relax.
Yeah.
That's not her answer.
It is.
No, it is not your answer.
Workout. Is that better?
No. I mean, that's a better answer. Every year in February, the same week, you go someplace special.
Cancun.
Yeah. Yes.
So we're on year, minus COVID, I think we're on year 5 or 6. So we go with the same group of people. And now, funny, one of the people that we met there, our daughters now play on the same softball team.
Really?
Very random.
That's crazy.
Very random. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So friends were like, y'all need to meet them. They're from Houston, so we met them. They're not from Houston. They just said they play softball in Houston.
Okay.
And then it came out, and we started talking, and they're like, yeah, our daughter plays for team in College Station. We're like, oh, really? Who? And it was our daughter's pitching coach at the time. And now, 3 years later, they're on the same team.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
pretty random.
random.
Very
That's
random.
very random.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tell us something else. Tell us one more thing about you. Let's see. What do we want to know?
What do you
Okay, you grew up in Katy.
Yeah, grew up
right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Born
grew
and
up in
raised.
Katy, born and raised in Katy.
Yep.
Went to
Katy
High School,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what sports did you play at Katy High School?
I did volleyball. Track were my two main sports. I did basketball for a year, but quit because it interfered with club volleyball and select softball.
Okay. What'd you run in track?
I didn't run.
Didn't run. Okay.
I threw shot put and discus.
Threw shot put and discus.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you any good?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I got the. I was really good. Look, but I'm too humble to tell you about it. This is Farah, by the way. This is what I deal with on a pretty. Yeah, this is what I deal with on a regular basis. Tell me about all the good things. Oh, I'm fine. No. Okay, so you're really good at shot and discus.
Yeah. I made it to state.
Okay.
My senior year, and then qualified to regionals. I won district all 4 years, and then qualified to regionals.
I just won district all 4 years. That's okay.
Yeah. I was the only blonde girl. I'll leave it at that. I used to be blonde, naturally blonde, but I was the only blonde girl.
I understand.
Okay. Discus.
Well, good. I'm glad that we got to know you a little bit more. Now, the next thing that I want us to talk about is programming. So, the way that our programming works here at Blue Eagle is that, first of all, if you know me at all, you know that an Excel sheet is going to be involved, right? And
It's a good one.
Thank you. And I will tell you, I'm absolutely blessed to work with someone who understands Excel sheets. So that's very nice. She's like, that's the same look of, oh yeah, I was kind of good at discus and shot put. I just won district all 4 years. She's fine. She's great with the spreadsheets. The way it works is I have written almost all of the actual workouts. So if there's a workout that you love, that's on me. If there's a workout that you hate, that's probably on me too. And for the record, there are plenty of workouts that I love and plenty of workouts that I hate.
Yes.
We did one today. Not a big fan of. Farah's not a big fan of. But it's a phenomenal workout, and that's why we keep it. That's why we do it, because it gets us fitter, not just because we like it or don't. But it now becomes Farah's responsibility to decide when we do which workouts. Okay, so what are we doing on Monday? What are we doing on Tuesday? What are we doing on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? And then she plans them out month by month, and then we can see the whole plan year by year. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to talk about that for a little bit. I want us to start with just looking at it by the day. Okay? And Farah has no idea what I'm about to ask her, which makes her even more nervous. But the first thing I want people to understand, how old are you?
46.
40. Okay. What year were you born?
76.
Okay. So she's 46. I'm 45. I was born in 77. Our programming is designed for us, not 22-year-olds. They should be doing our programming too, and we'll get into that in a minute. But it is for people who are scared or intimidated of CrossFit. Will you take care of me is one of the first questions that I get.
Absolutely.
So tell us about, we're going to start with, you walk in the door and the coach says, we're going to start the warm-up. Walk us through a warm-up.
All of our warm-ups really start with some sort of mobility, whether it's banded stretching, just body weight stretching, foam rolling, something to loosen up mobility purposes. Then from there, we'll start raising the heart rate up a little bit, whether it's, going outside and doing some running, staying inside, doing some, running drills, or we'll pick up dumbbells, we'll pick up a barbell. We'll do something to get our heart rates up, get comfortable with movements. Some of them are very specifically prepped for the workouts. Others are just a general workout that gets us warm and ready. Also, not just our heart rates, but also getting our central nervous system ready to fire.
Yeah. So in general, how long do our warm-ups take?
Anywhere between 15 to 18 minutes. Some maybe a little bit longer depending on what the workout is, but we try to keep it really about 18 minutes max.
Cool. So in a 60-minute, if an athlete is with us for 60 minutes, the first thing we're going to do is say either grab a foam roller, grab a monster band that we can wrap at our knees and turn on our glutes, grab a red band where we can do some shoulder work, because the first thing we're going to do is work on mobility, like you said, on either our ankles, our knees, our hips, our shoulders, or posture.
Yes.
Those are the 5 areas that we're going to hit basically once a week. We're going to hit on those so that when you've been here just for your first 15 to 18 minutes, we've already improved your mobility in some way. So we grab that foam roller or the band, we've got warmed up our joints, and then we move into, let's say we're doing the barbell workout or the barbell warm-up. Take us through some of the movements that we go through in a barbell warm-up.
We have a couple warm-ups we do with the barbell. Both of them start with some sort of deadlift. We'll do a squat after that, typically start working really from the bottom up on that. Next thing we'll do is some sort of either a thruster, so squat to press, or just the press part of it. Sometimes we have some lunges built in with that, but just really starting from the bottom up, working one body part, moving into then like a thruster where it's multiple, using our upper and our lower body together.
Yeah, perfect. So every one of our warm-ups, you're going to squat. You're going to squat in every single warm-up, and you're going to press up something overhead in every single warm-up. The reason why we do that is because 3 or 4 years ago, I was warming up, and I guess it was 2 or 3 years ago, because you and I were having this conversation, and I said, if every time someone comes into a class, no matter what the class is, if I can get someone to squat and press up overhead with anything, even a 5-pound dumbbell, they have already done more than almost everyone else in America by just squatting. And we cover that in every single warm-up. You are going to squat and you are going to press up something overhead. Cool. So we got warm. Took 15 to 18 minutes. And I know that in CrossFit every day is different. So we're not going to be talking about, let's not talk about, I want us to stick to a day right now. But a pretty traditional would be us moving into a strength piece followed by a Metcon.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say the strength piece is a power clean. Walk us through what that looks like.
So we'll start, typically we've done something to prep that movement in the warm-up. From there, we'll move into just specific for the power clean. Based on what we did in warm-up, we may just use an empty barbell to talk about the technique of it, whether you've been here, if it's your first time, or you've been here, somebody's been here 6-7 years and done CrossFit the whole time, they're still getting that coaching and still being taught, or finding some small little piece that maybe they need to work on. Once we get specific warm-up, then we'll start building, looking at our rep scheme. We have light rep schemes, medium rep schemes, and then a heavy rep scheme, and different ones for each level. And we always build. So let's say it was a 6x3. So we have 6 sets of 3 reps, and we'll build from first set to the 6th set based on technique. So there's, I'm walking around, or whoever's coaching that class will walk around, and we'll talk to each individual person as they're going through their building. If you get to where it's form goes, or I want you to work on, or a coach wants you to work on something specific, we may say, hey, just stay at this weight and let's work on that. If form looks good, you'll continue to build for that rep scheme.
Cool. So one of the common questions that I get by someone who's interested in joining, but they're a bit nervous, is, hey, I see those people outside, they're looking out, they're sitting in this office for a free intro, and they're looking outside seeing people do power cleans, and they're like, well, how do I know what weight to do? This is why we build. We start with an empty barbell or a PVC pipe. And then if we're starting with the PVC pipe, then we build to the barbell. Then we start adding weight as you can take it, just as you mentioned, based on technique. Here's the key, though. We don't want technique at 100%. if technique is 100%, if you are moving absolutely perfectly, it's too easy. Okay, and we're not going to see the results that you need. However, if you start to get too heavy and form starts going down, I say about less than 70% of perfect, then we start possibly getting into an issue with injuries.
Sure.
And this is where coaching comes in. Farah was mentioning each person gets individual coaching. That's what we deliver here. And we want to keep you in. We want your technique to degrade because that's where we're going to see results. But we don't want it to degrade too much because that's when we get hurt. That's where coaching comes in.
Okay.
That is where coaching comes in. Cool. Okay, so we've gotten power clean, and let's say we hit a 3-rep max, okay, or a heavy triple. So we don't hit PRs, we don't hit personal records every time, but we hit them pretty often.
Okay.
We get lots of gold stars, and that's what we want. Incremental improvement over time, especially when you're 45 and 46 years old. We don't do big jumps. We do incremental.
Once we hit a PR, we stop.
Once we hit a PR, we start. We learned that from some of the greatest Olympic weightlifting coaches in the world. Hit a PR, take it, and move on with life. Okay, so now take us into the Metcon, which stands for metabolic conditioning, which most people would consider cardio, but we're not going to just get on a treadmill and be the treadmill bunny.
Correct.
Right? So instead, take us through a workout where, let's say it's going to be rowing and wall balls.
Rowing and wall balls. Okay. So we have multiple kinds. We have what we call an AMRAP, which is as many rounds and or reps as possible. We do EMOMs, so every minute on the minute, you do something. So like if it was rowing and wall balls, maybe you row 9 calories, the remaining minute you rest, and then you go to your wall balls, and let's say you have 15 wall balls. Again, you do your 15 wall balls, whether that takes you 20 seconds or it takes you 45 seconds, the remaining time is rest. We also have 4 time workouts. So let's say it's 3 rounds for time of rowing, 20 calories and 30 wall balls. So, the intensity changes based on which of the 3 we're doing. But it'll be something that's two very common things we do together is rowing and wall balls. And the good thing with that is we talk about different levels. When you walk into a class, there's somebody that's maybe been there, like I said earlier, with the weightlifting that's been there one day. There's somebody that's maybe been there 6 years, and there's everybody in between. And the workouts are built to where we can fit it to everybody. Whether we change rounds, it's supposed to be 3 rounds, and we maybe do 2 rounds. The wall ball is a different weight. You can throw it to a different height. Rowing for calories, maybe me rowing for 9 calories takes me
no time at all. The woman crushes rowing. She also crushes wall balls, by the way.
2 favorite movements, maybe. We would change, maybe adjust that. So the stimulus, our goal with each workout is to make sure the intensity and or stimulus remains the same, whether you're a seasoned veteran, brand new, whatever your fitness level is in between that. We adjust the workout and make the movements the same stimulus, so that you walk out feeling great and not, I did less because I only did a 6-pound wall ball and Bryan did a 20-pound wall ball, but you're still reaching the same intensity, the same goals.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So one of the things I wanted to kind of take out of that was it can be difficult for lots of people to understand how they need to do a particular workout. Mm-hmm. This is where the coach comes in. Mm-hmm. Do you ask your athletes their opinion on what to do?
Not really.
Good answer.
Or if I do, I don't know. I was going to say I don't care. But
or don't care. We do it to be nice. That's
correct. Yeah.
That is the right answer. Okay? So you go to the doctor so that the doctor can tell you what's wrong and how to fix it. Not so that you can tell the doctor what he or she is about to do. Okay? It's the same thing here. Yeah. You're welcome to give me your opinion. I've probably already decided what we're going to do. Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
That's what you're paying. You were paying us to be the experts. We are going to be the experts.
Correct.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So saying that, what is your goal for every athlete that you have?
Really to get fitter, stronger each day.
Okay.
Everybody has different goals. We as coaches and we here at Blue Eagle, it's kind of our goal is to get fitter, get stronger. Come in here for that hour, give us that hour, and by showing up, you're already, like we talked about earlier, already doing more than so many more people. And then, we do then have conversations with our athletes individually. What is your goal? And some people have different goals. Some people want to get pull-ups. Some people want stronger cores. And we can then talk to them about how do you reach that goal and what can we do as coaches to help you.
Perfect.
Outside of class.
Perfect. Okay. So that was a breakdown of our programming on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. So now let's back up a little bit and take a broader view. Okay. What does our programming look like, let's say, through a month?
Lots of colors. I'm just kidding.
The spreadsheet is color coded.
Imagine that.
I know.
It's very helpful. There's certain things we do each month. We do one hero WOD each month.
What's a hero WOD?
Hero WOD, Murph is the one we just did for Memorial Day. So hero WODs are some of the original workouts, and it's always based off of a first responder or it is based off of some sort of military, whether it's somebody who's mostly it's people who have died in service.
They've all passed away.
Service.
Yep.
So Murph, we did Memorial Day, and they're typically hard, really
not
hard.
Typically. They're not
a
typically
lot harder
hard.
than
They're
a normal
hard.
workout. Yeah, and it's made for we did one where it was for somebody who had PTSD.
Yep.
It started with a 2-mile run, and I think it ended with a 2-mile run. Don't really remember what was in between, but just remember the 2-mile run at the end. And I mean, we typically in CrossFit running more than really a mile at one time is a lot. So 2 before and after.
Yep.
But they're based off of deceased either first responders or veterans. So that's a hero.
Okay.
We do a ladies workout, which are typical workouts. They're named after women, just women. They're still hard, equally hard. Not quite as hard as hero WODs mostly, but they're all kind of benchmark stuff too. Yep. So these are across the board. Everybody that ever does CrossFit, if I said
no matter where in the world.
Correct.
I visited Australia 4 years ago. My first workout in Australia was Helen. And I love Helen. My second workout was Grace. So I mean, it becomes part of the CrossFit language. So these are benchmark, standardized CrossFit workouts. We're going to do one a month.
We always have a strength only day, where if you've done a strength only day with us, you realize quickly it's not just a strength.
You're like, woo! We don't have a workout today. It's going to be easy.
No,
we don't do easy.
No. There's some sort of, kind of like a Metcon that we do in a normal day, kind of built in at the end to where you're lifting a lot of weight. You're lifting, sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it's a little bit lighter. But after the fact, you're like, oh, I got my heart rate up really fast.
Yeah.
We do our hypertrophy days, which are days that we're building muscle, which are very similar to strength only days. And then everything in between. We do shorter workouts that are more of, as I like to say, if you're outside running, a sprint. Think 100-meter sprint. We do kind of middle of the road workouts, which is maybe a fast mile type workout. And then our little bit slower, longer workouts, which maybe think of running a 3-mile, going out and just kind of jogging 3 miles.
Yeah.
But built in with dumbbells or barbells or body weight movements, gymnastics movements.
Yeah.
And that's
So
all.
we have our time when we look at after Farah has put in our hero WOD for the month. We're gonna offset that with a lady workout, and then we're gonna put in between those a strength workout and also a hypertrophy muscle building only day. And then she fills in the rest of the month with a workout that either takes less than 10 minutes. A workout that takes 10 to 15 minutes, a workout that takes 16 to 24 minutes, or a workout that takes over 25 minutes but can be finished before class is over. Mm-hmm. So that's how, and we again, we, the collective we, I mean Farah, she balances those workouts. So we're not going to do a hard and fast 9-minute workout and the next day do a hard and fast 7-minute workout. We're not going to do that. We're going to balance it out. So the day after a hero WOD, which is going to be a pretty exhaustive, very exhaustive workout, you're going to follow that up with usually a 25-minute. And people saying, well, 25 minutes, that's harder. But our intensity is going to be down. We're going to, if we think more, that in theory should be closer to a 40 or to 50% intensity. The problem people can run into is that we do CrossFit and we don't always understand 50% intensity.
Right.
Sometimes we hit that with 80% intensity, and that's not necessarily the plan. It can be the plan if you're only coming 2 to 3 times a week, but if you're coming 5 or 6 days a week, then we really want to have those back off days that are recovery.
Yes.
Okay? And people listening to this want to punch me in the face and say that's not recovery. It is an active recovery, I promise.
Yes.
Anything else you think we should know about programming? Anything we didn't cover?
I don't think so.
No?
Yeah. I mean, we build in also with that, based on what the workout is, there's strength. So like at 25, we're doing a really long workout, the 25 and over workout, there's not going to be a strength piece. We don't have time. By the time we warm up, we talk about the workout and do the workout, there's no time left in class. Plus, we don't want you to be, I don't want to say tired, but kind of worn out going into that longer intensity of a workout. On days that the 16 to 24, we still do a strength piece, typically lighter, and it's something to prep us for the Metcon.
Yeah, it ties directly into the Metcon. So if we're doing power cleans in the Metcon, we're probably going to do power cleans in the strength piece, or if we're doing snatch, we're going to be doing snatch in the strength piece.
And we always try to, there's a lower body piece. Some days is just lower body. We have upper body only strength pieces. Olympic lifting, so the snatch or power clean, push jerk. And then we also have skills to where we're doing like rope climbs, we're doing pistols, pull-ups.
Today was a skill day.
Today was a skill day.
We got to get on the rope.
Hey. So it's all just kind of, it's very random, but still planned.
We don't like the word random. It's not random. It's not random. It is like, for example, we know when the lower body versus the upper body versus the Olympic versus the skill.
Correct.
What we do randomize is exactly which lower body, which upper body, which Olympic, or which skill. And I say randomize. I will tell you, one of the greatest things about Farah doing programming is she has this amazing ability that I do not have of feeling what things are going to feel like and applying it and comparing it to the way she feels from what she's just done in the past few days. I have no real concept for that. I'm terrible. But Farah is very good at knowing how to complement those pieces together. You're welcome. Thank you. So, or else we'd run our people into the ground, and we don't.
Today, not so much.
Today was a hard workout.
Today was not even close to what I ever thought it was going to be.
No, but
it's awesome.
It was great. It was great. Well, thank you very much. We both did it.
We both did it.
Did you beat the time cap?
No, I was 10 pull-ups short.
Oh, I was 24 pull-ups short.
Dang it.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm glad we got to have this chat.
Thank you.
And we will see y'all next time. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
You can get every episode of Busy People Getting Fit wherever you listen to your podcast or on YouTube. You can also reach us at busypeoplegettingfit.com. Until next time, thank you for listening.